everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. It's that time of the year again where I play psychic and share my K-pop predictions. In this video, I will be doing SM groups. I'll do one for each Big Four company and one for K-pop in general. Disclaimers. Please remember this video is just for fun. I'm not a real psychic, so please don't get mad if my predictions are wrong. Before we start, please like and subscribe to boost my channel, pretty please, and comment on your own predictions. And without further ado, let's start. So, completely basing on this year's Super Junior activities, I just think they're going to continue with their individual solo activities, mainly MC jobs. I see some members coming with albums, singles, OST work, etc. And I believe they'll probably have one comeback, probably a full album or a mini album, released somewhere around the time of their debut anniversary. Okay, for Girls' Generation, I believe that they will all continue with their solo endeavors, just like this year. Hyoyeon will continue DJing and releasing some singles. I see Taeyeon still on Amazing Saturday and releasing music. Perhaps Taeyeon will start performing live stages. The rest of the members will all continue acting and modeling. The best case scenario that I can predict is that snsd will release a special single, and super best case scenario, a full comeback with a mini album, but that's reaching in my opinion. For shinee, I don't think there'll be any group activities due to the fact that taemin is in the military. Unless SM does an SM concert, I don't see it happening, and similarly to SNSD and Super Junior, they will all focus on their solo promotions, in which I think he will continue variety work while also releasing more music. I predict that he'll release a full album this year. That's probably going to be different from Bad Love, or maybe he will continue with the retrofuturism concept. However, I don't think he will do that, but let's see. And I see Minho acting, and I think Onu will release music, maybe as an OST or as official music. I'll be completely honest, I feel super vindicated that I predicted aespa's success last year. Last year, I was one of the few channels who predicted their success because everybody and their mother hated their concept and decided that they wanted them to flop. But I digress, I'll put that in another video. For 2022, I don't see aespa slowing down at all. I actually see them getting a lot more activities. I predict they'll have approximately 2 comebacks, one of them being a full album. And I see one of the comebacks being super big, like way bigger than the other one. I actually predict that they might have a sound change for their title track or an aesthetic change. One of them is going to be completely different from the cyberpunk-esque aesthetic. It'll still go into feed theme and they'll be able to play into their lore and to the greater scheme of things, but it's not going to be it's going to have a huge visual difference, if you guys understand what I'm trying to get at. I also think that they're either going to release an English single, or they're going to try start entering the Japanese market. Basically, either they're going to release a Japanese version for one of their songs and or an original Japanese single. But I do see SM trying to focus on international market next year. I can also see SM releasing an aespa web show on their channel, similarly to the one that NCT has. I also see aespa fan meetings and or concerts. SM wants to make money off of aespa, so they're going to try to give them like a little Asia tour showcase or an Asia little fan meeting if, again, The panoramic ends and the restrictions are up. Overall, I just predict 2022 will be an even bigger and more successful year for aespa. I see SM continuing their strategy with NCT. Basically, every unit is going to have their own comeback. They're going to promote it, same old, same old. What I do think will be different is that I see that if the variant doesn't screw things over for them, I completely see a NCT 127 US tour, and that another unit, probably nctdream, would do an Asia tour. I think one of the units will actually release a super big hit that'll go viral. I think that one of the units will have like that song, like a song that will be like song of the year material. It's going to be super successful with international and Korean fans. I also predict that a lot of members this year will have solo activities similar to this year. Some will do MC work, others will do acting, some singles here and there, OST work, and I actually see an NCT member blowing up next year in Korea. And no, it's not Jaehyun, it's someone else. It's going to be someone that nobody expects, but that person will get a lot of popularity over something they did or something they said, or even for something like visuals, but they'll become very well known. And I think they might debut another unit, but honestly, I'm not too sure because I said they were going to debut one last year and they didn't, so I'm not sure. And if they do, I do predict that this unit would actually be different from normal NCT and they would deviate a bit from their neo sound. I predict that NCT Hollywood, I feel like lots of people are going to be invested with NCT Hollywood. I don't know if it's going to come out next year. I probably will, but like at the later half. But I think everybody's kind of treating it like a joke right now. But actually, when it comes out, people are going to be really invested in the members and in the thing. It's probably going to be not as like commercially successful, but it is going to bring a lot of fans. For Red Velvet, I predict they're not going to be as active as they were pre-2020. I think they'll just have one, or if we're lucky, two comebacks. One of them being a Velvet concept, a full album. I predict a Japanese comeback with some touring opportunities. Honestly, I think that next year, because most groups haven't toured in like 2 years, a lot of companies are going to really push for all artists to be touring, whether it be in Asia or in the US or a world tour, because they need the money. I predict that mostly they'll just continue focusing on more individual activities. It comes with the older the group becomes, they'll just tend to focus more on individual activities, and that's just how things are. I predict Wendy will have a solo comeback, probably with a single or with another mini album, and I see her and some other members getting OST work. For Joy, I see more acting, a lot of acting, modeling, and maybe SM will give her an original song comeback. I also predict that this year might be the year that seulgi might want to debut solo with the mini album. And as for Irene and Yuri, I see a lot of modeling activities, some acting jobs. I see them doing a lot of things. And for EXO, I honestly predict it's going to be just the same as this year. Just a lot of solo activities and maybe a quick unpromoted EXO comeback. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't see things changing. I don't see it being more active next year. I don't see it. Like, I want to be positive, but I just don't really see a lot of things EXO can do next year. Because, like, what can I say? A lot of members are in the military, and I don't really see things changing. Like, maybe we'll get a xiumin solo. I see Dio acting more. I think Kai might have another comeback next year. Like, I honestly can't predict anything else. I don't really see much for them, sorry. Hopefully we get more things. And those were all my SM predictions. I really like doing these videos, but honestly, I felt kind of blocked by SM. I don't know why. This was the hardest one because it was my first one to script. Tell me, what do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree? Please comment them down below. I really love reading them. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for my K-pop content. I would really appreciate it. Please remember to stay safe, have a wonderful day, happy holidays, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!